Hey guys, okay, so we are going to attempt to paint a Highland cow. Not sure how this is going to turn out because I'm actually, instead of painting it on a canvas, we're going to try and paint it on a pennant banner. Now this is that pennant banner I accidentally heated too long, and so you can kind of see that brown streak in there where it burned. So I'm just going to cover it up and we're going to attempt to paint. Okay, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I have been in a painting mood. If you haven't, can't tell yet, right? We've been painting the past like 3 or 4 days. So what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to set it on an ink mat. Now you can get the pennant banner, the ink mat, and then all of the paste that I'm going to use. You can get those on my website below. And this banner comes in a 9x12, which is the one I'm using. And then also there's one that's a 5x7. So you can use that one as well. Okay. Now it does come with like a little dowel that goes to the top so you can hang it. But I think we use the dowel on that one. So we're going to have to come up with something. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll come up with something. Okay. All right. So now I have your comments pulled up. So feel free, say hi whenever you guys pop on. So I have the drawing in front of me. Okay, if you guys are just popping on, we're going to see how this is going to work out. Okay, again, no promises because I'm not the best painter. I'm a better painter than I am a drawer. But first, we're going to do the background. We're going to let it dry. We'll see how long this takes. I do have to go pick up my sister from school. So if this takes a little longer than I anticipate, ow. If this takes longer than I anticipate, I may have to like pause and then I'll have to finish it later, okay? So just giving you guys a heads up. Hi, watching from the hospital. Oh, Francis, I sure hope everything is okay. All right, so I have all of these pastes, you guys, right? So I might as well use it, okay? If you don't use it, it's just gonna sit here. Let me spritz. I like to spritz our banner. It just makes the paste go a lot easier. Okay, so I am gonna paint up here at the top first, but spritzing it does make it a lot easier. Or watering down your paste and like the lid, that works too. But you definitely want it to spread out a little bit. Might have to spray it a little more. There we go. See how much easier that spreads once you spray it with that water. Now I will end up painting like outside, like on the ink mat. Not a big deal, you guys. We can clean off the ink mat at a later time. Not a problem at all. But I do want to try and get the entire banner covered so we don't have any of the, like the original banner color showing. And then we are gonna ombre it. So we're gonna do this darker color up top, which this is Colonial Blue. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to kind of spread it out a little bit. How is your days going? Need prayers for my mom. She's 93. Oh, Francis, definitely praying for her and for you and your whole family. Okay, Colonial Blue. And then next we're going to use some Ocean Mist. Okay, so that's going to be our darker blue up top. So let me bring it down just a little bit. Oh, there's a piece of the brush. Now I am using paste. I'm not using ink. I'm using paste. Okay, let me clean off that brush real quick. I am not using distilled water. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing, Alice? I am not using distilled water, but you could. Again, I go through my paste so quickly that I don't typically use distilled water anymore. Well, I take that back. On colors that I use less of, I do still use distilled water, but I'm currently out of my distilled water. I need to get another I need to get another jar or a container, gallon. Okay, so like this one is a little bit thicker, so I had to add water in it just to kind of scoop it out there. All right, so let's go ahead and spray this. And spread this out. I want to get this bottom part done first because we're gonna have to put in the white on the bottom, and I don't want to accidentally grab any of that darker color and bring it down. We just want to keep the lighter on the bottom, and then we want to combine towards the top. Like we want to ombre those two colors together. So I'm going to try and get all of this down here done first, work my way up so we don't bring down that darker color farther than it has to go. Okay. All right, so this part looks good here. Now I'm gonna work my way up and try and ombre here. I'm gonna have to add maybe a little bit of water there. All right, see, I'm bringing it up and it's kind of mixing, really blending those two colors together. Might have to add a little bit more of that darker color, possibly. We'll see. Let me grab some of it from up top. There we go. I just added a little bit more on my brush to bring it down. I think that's good though. So now I can add in my white on the bottom. Hold on, let me flatten this out a little bit. I kind of pulled it up a little bit too far, but all right. Do I like that spot? Not really. All right. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to leave it as I spray more water. We're really gonna have to let this thing dry though. Oh well, it'll probably end up getting covered anyway. So let me go ahead and close up my darker blue because I think we're done with that one. Again, I am by no means a painter, okay, or an artist like that paints for a living. So please excuse if I'm not doing something right, okay? I'm only doing what I think might be okay. All right, so we're gonna spray it. We're gonna go ahead and get all of this bottom covered in the white first because we don't want to bring down that darker color too far. We just wanna spread the lighter color up. Okay, so now I've got that all covered. Now I can start blending up. Okay, and that one was much easier. That one's already done, pretty much. Let me see if I can get this middle part. Ta-da! All right, so now we dry this, and then I'm gonna kind of draw in, I'm hoping the pencil will work on this because typically the pencil will work on like an actual canvas piece. So we'll see if it works on this. Thank you. Hey guys. You sure make me think I can paint. Hey, me too. Me too. Once I start going, I'm like, okay, I can do this. Because painting, you can go over it, right? You can repaint it. It's really not too bad. Really not too bad. So I did paint it so much and spray it with water so much that it went through the back. Whoops. So I might have to dry this real quick, and we may have to clean off our ink mat. But let's dry it. That's what I get for having to spray it with water, just to spread it out. And then it's different because a regular canvas, you wouldn't have to do that much. Same colors on wood. Yeah, less water. Wood, you really don't even need a lot of water at all. Just make sure that your paint or paste, whatever it is a good consistency. Okay? Since this is a canvas banner, like it's actual fabric, it doesn't spread easily. Canvas, like an actual canvas that you paint on, would be fine. I don't even need this much water. The texture of my first one was perfect. I probably would have had to add some water to my lighter blue if I was just painting on regular canvas. But on the fabric one, it's kind of hard to spread because you end up with like a ton of streaks. So anyways, fabric, yes, you're gonna have to water it down or find another technique, like maybe water down your paste and then color with it instead of having to spray your actual banner. Maybe that'll help, right? Like I said, I'm no professional on painting, and maybe there's another technique or another way, but this is just what I have found to be helpful. So, and that's what I'll do until I find something else that's even more helpful. All right, so I'm gonna pick this up. We're gonna clean. Oops. I'm gonna set this on a box. I'm just gonna set it on a box over there. We're gonna clean this real quick. I'm just gonna spray with some water and let's see if this works. Sometimes you can just spray with water. Now you cannot wipe hard, okay? You cannot wipe hard. Okay, let's see. We're gonna try, where, do I have a squeegee in here? I see one. Let me see. Sometimes you can take your squeegee. Yep, there you go. You can take your squeegee and it'll kind of pull. Now, actually, I use, what is that spray? Awesome. I use the Awesome spray. Spray it, let it sit for like 5 minutes or so, and then take a squeegee and do this. And all of that fabric, like the hair from the fabric, will also come off. Okay, so I definitely recommend doing that. I was just trying to get off like this wet paint in the center. But I can see like the hair from the fabric on the ink mat. So I definitely need to clean this soon. But you don't want to scrape it too hard because you're just going to pull up the adhesive. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna dry. See, I can see some of the fabric stuff coming off of it as well. And I think it's just the fabric. I don't think it's the adhesive. Okay, I think that's good for now. All right, that way we can put it back on there. Yep, the Awesome spray. It is amazing stuff. I was trying to dry this real quick. I have some Awesome spray. Maybe I put it in the bathroom. Okay. See, it went through in the back. Let's dry this. This is what we did. All right. I'm gonna set that back down, press it down. The bottom's still a little wet though. The white, let me just see if I can dry a little bit right here. And then we're gonna try, I don't know if the pencil is gonna work. We're gonna attempt it, and I'm gonna see if it's even gonna go for it. Let's see. So I'm looking at this, a little step-by-step, but I have it on the computer so it's bigger because I need to really see it. So if we put his pen, I don't think the pencil's gonna work. Not a permanent marker. I'm just gonna use some white paint. I could use black paint. No, I'll go ahead and I'll use the white paint. And we're just gonna kind of draw it on there. All right. I'm gonna put some of this in the lid. And I'm gonna spray it so it's a little bit thinner consistency, right? So it's easier for me to draw with or like sketch it out. Okay. Now, if I were you and you don't use your paste jars that often, go ahead and use distilled water. All right, so we've got, maybe the head is about right here. Okay, and then we've got the horns. They kind of just go straight up like that. Okay, and then you've got the rest of its head this way. Oh. Okay, the other horn, something like that. Oh, well, they're not like have to be perfect, right? And then it comes back down. Comes back down like straight and then a little in. I don't know. We'll see. Then it's first, this side comes kind of straight down and down the back. Okay. Oh, and then down. Oops, forgot the down. Out and down. Okay. Sure. Hey guys. All right, this part comes down because it's actually part of its hair. And then we need to get the other part of its horn. Its horn needs to come down and in. And then it's got its ear kind of above its horn a little bit. Okay. It's not a very big ear. So it goes out and comes back in. Okay. And this side again goes out and back in. All right. Looking good so far. Maybe. And then its hair covers that eye and comes down. like somewhere in here. Okay. Then there's like another line this way and another line this way. Okay, so again, this is what we're working with. We've got the eye. And then we have its nose. Let me see, that one's a little hard to see. Zoom. Wish I could tell it to zoom. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go with the hair on this side. And yeah, this is not looking like anything yet. Ooh. And down. Okay, let's attempt the nose. I think it goes about right here. Oi. Oi. Ah! Okay. Well, that's not terrible. That terrible. It's a little big. That's okay. Oh, that'll be the hair though. It's gonna be okay. And then let's kind of bring, has like little thingies coming out. Y'all. You guys, I will post the link to this too, okay? Okay, so now that we have that, it says to do, we're gonna go in and do the brown. So I have a ton of colors here. I've got brown, camel, and dune. So we're gonna use a little bit of these. Brown, camel, and dune, and then I do have black as well. So we're gonna do black for the eyes. Say hi when you guys pop on. All right, so let's start with the black on the eyes, because at least we know that's what that's supposed to be. Right? And then it's got like a little eyelash thing going out that way. Okay, that's done. Oh, I forgot to do the little nostrils in here. It's okay, we'll paint the nostrils afterwards. So we're gonna do, looks like this is gonna be more of a camel color. Oh, not camel, dune. So we're gonna go a little bit lighter. Kind of on here. Yeah, not sure I'm gonna be able to finish all of this, but we are trying. Also not sure that painting on a canvas banner is also the best idea. But we're just trying it out. Because it was already messed up, I was gonna have to use it for something. I think that's a little big. Oops. I shouldn't have gone up that high. Ooh. Oh well. All right, we're gonna add in a little bit of brown here. Just bringing in a little bit of highlighting. I'm assuming that's what it's called. Okay, and then we can bring in the little nostrils. Ooh, which way? This way. And this way. All right, looks like we're doing okay so far. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of brown across. And then underneath here, it's darker. Oops. Let me looks like he has a mustache. Okay. Hope you guys are having fun. A chalk pen. Oh yeah, that would be good too. Hello. Okay, let's see. Now, the next part is adding in the brown on some of the body parts, right? So we're gonna come in with some brown and we're gonna start with coloring in some of its face. Okay, so I'm adding some brown on here. Now I do have a little bit of water on my paintbrush, which this is actually good because I can lower, because I made his nose area a little bit too big. And we're gonna just paint around his face. We're gonna cover kind of around the eye. I don't know how people talk and paint. I mean, I guess I could, oops. Grabbed a little bit of the black on accident. All right, so we're just going around the eye, not going up too far just yet. Just around the eye and this part of his face. Okay, and then once we get around to here, it kind of has like little just streaks, like you're gonna kind of highlight where the hair will kind of hang here. Because, you know, these little cuties have a ton of hair. So we're just gonna sweep it down like that, and underneath his chin. I know I need a different brush, but I needed like a better set of brushes. I think I need to lighten up his little mouth too, but we're gonna keep his little goatee looking thing here. And then we're gonna come on the other side of his face. Okay. And bring this around and we're going to highlight this one. Those two. Y'all, can you see it? Can you see it? I can see it, barely. Okay. So, we've got that section done now too. All right, good deal. Okay, so now, let me see, what time is it? I am going to have to, I'm gonna try and get the third section done real quick. I only have a few minutes, so I'm gonna do the third section and then I've gotta go, because I gotta go to pick up my sister. And then I'll jump back on either later this evening or tomorrow. But y'all, it looks cute so far. You can see it's a cow. Okay, so the next part it wants me to do is, all right, so we've done this. We started, we did the second part. Here's the third part we just finished, and then I'm gonna try and get that part done real quick. All right. I hear the alarm going off that I need to go get her. She'll be okay. She didn't want me to pick her up right away anyway. And she's only like 5 minutes from my house. Thank you. All right, so the majority of it is white with a little bit of like gray and black. So we'll go ahead and color in. We're gonna go ahead and color in the white real quick. Okay. And then we'll come back in with the highlighting parts. Yes. Not the most entertaining thing to watch, I'm sorry. But once you actually see what it finally looks like, maybe then you can go back and watch a replay if you plan on trying to attempt to paint it yourself. That is my goals. Like, anybody can paint, even if you don't know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's just fun. It's just for you. You know, it's supposed to be relaxing and it gets your creative juices flowing. And if you end up not liking it at all, that's okay too. You could just paint over it and then do something else to it, right? So, all right, so we've got the horns done there. And I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of gray. Some gray and some black in here. And I'm not very good at this shading thing, so I'm just kind of adding it and going with flow. So I feel like I need to take some off and then maybe, well, that looks kind of cool. Oh, I wish they would turn off the alarm. Are they outside or what? Oh, that's cool. All right, y'all. So that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it. Well, I guess I could add a teeny tiny bit of black under here and towards the top and under this side as well. Okay, but let me wipe that off. and kind of add a little bit of water to my brush. Ta-da! Sure. Oops. All right, I think I added a little bit too much on that side, but it's okay. Done with that. All right, so now the horns are somewhat done. Yes, the outline was free-handed. So check it out so far, you guys. Tell me, what do you think? Tell me, what do you think? Like I said, I'm not a painter, okay? So I just like to paint things, craft things, all the things. So we're just attempting here. So I think I'm gonna go in with this color, which is, what color is this? Camel. I'm gonna go in with camel, and I'm gonna go over where like the hair will be, and then we'll go and add the highlights on it. Okay. And then I think this is gonna go, how far down? Okay, like right here. All right, so pretty much all of this area. And this side is a lot darker, so I'm gonna leave that one. This side has a little bit of this color and a lot lighter color, so I'm just gonna add in a little bit here and a little bit on this side. It's a little bit darker up top. All right, so there we go. Thank you. I took crayons and coloring pages to my office. Everyone is loving it. I told them they have to sign the pages. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Coloring just, it relieves a lot of things, right? It just can do so much for you. All right, so we're gonna pull, I'm just gonna kind of give them a little bit of highlights. I don't know. That's kind of how, because I think his hair needs to be a little bit on the lighter, a little bit darker side. But let's see, I think out here needs to be a little bit darker. No, lighter. Okay. Under is lighter. And we'll just kind of pull it out. I don't know, just like, sure. And on this side too. And then we'll do the one underneath it that's a little bit longer. I think that's cute. And then I'll go in and add, I'll just keep doing that, right? I'll just keep going in and adding little things like that. Now we're gonna go in and do this side as well. And it kind of falls around its face like a little bob. Okay, and I think that's good. Oh, maybe it comes down a little closer to its face. We'll go a little closer to its face, and then we're gonna just add a couple little streaks off his ears with that darker color. Okay, and then same thing on this side. Just add a little bit. I would just keep going until we get him where he needs to be. Right, so I'm gonna go in and add some darker color in here as well. And you guys, I'm about to have to go. So we're almost done with this little part. And then I'll come back and finish it later. But look how cute. I must say, I am pretty impressed with myself. I am. He's so cute. She is cute. She is cute. All right. And I think this kind of goes out a little bit more. And then once it goes out more, then this kind of comes down. Okay, so that looks like it is step 4. We're gonna add a little bit of highlights in this side before it dries. There we go. Maybe I'll add a little streak of light in over here. Gotta give her a little bit of highlights, huh? Ah, that was a little too much. Cutie pie. All right, y'all. That is step 4. So then we just still have step 5 and 6 left. Let me show you what we've done, okay? And then I'm gonna go get my sister and I'll see if I can come back and finish it right after I get her. But we have done 1, 2, 3, and 4. We just have 2 steps left, okay? And this is what we have so far. Yay! Okay. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you. Hit the heart button. Make sure you're following for notifications. I will say if I go back live today, there will not be a notification sent out. Only because I can only send 1 live notification a day. So just stay tuned. Follow the page if you haven't yet. Like and follow the page. And hopefully you'll see a part 2. Okay, if I can't go live today, I will finish it tomorrow and I will send out that notification. All right, you guys. So O'Reilly has dance class tonight and I have to go run by the coffee shop. So not sure if I'm going to be able to come back on to finish it today, but like I said, if not, I'll send out that notification tomorrow and at least you can get notified for it. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you guys later. Okay. Bye, y'all.